What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon. DFS video, MLB for Monday, April 8th. Happy solar eclipse day, whatever you're doing. Hopefully you had a great weekend. Hopefully you were able to bring home the bacon Sunday, Saturday, Friday, whatever it is. Hopefully we helped you out. If we did, that's awesome. Hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, we do things a little bit differently here, other than other DFS channels where they give you like 5 players to play and they probably play other plays instead. We break down every single game. So we have a total of, I think, 13 games on the slate. This first game is not on any slate. It's the makeup game from Sunday. So we'll skip that and we'll start with this one. But before we do that, if you've never been here before, we have a giveaway. You have 2 chances to win every single day. The first chance to win, like the video, be a YouTube subscriber, and leave a comment. Simple as that. The comment will be used for with the comment picker to see what you will win. So the way to do that, if you've left a comment, you are a subscriber, and the video gets 50 likes, someone will win a free week of DFS content. That includes every sport. So that's baseball, NASCAR, NBA, PGA, and we've got the Masters this week. That is for 50 likes. If the video gets 100 likes, someone will win a free month of DFS content. If the video gets 150 likes, someone will win a free year worth $200. And if we ever get 200 or more likes on a video, which we were very close on Saturday, I think we had 192 likes, someone will win a lifetime pass worth $500. So super simple and super easy. Second way to do that, like the video and be a subscriber, and tell me who is going to hit a home run and what inning they'll hit it in. If you get it correct, you will win a free week of DFS content. There could be multiple winners. So if you get the home run correct, send an email, dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp, the number 1 at gmail.com, with a screenshot of your username for YouTube and an email and username you would like on the website, and we will set you up for a free week of DFS content on top of everything that we do, which we're going to go over everything. I want to show you guys everything. So the video might be a little bit longer today, but hopefully you stick around and watch it. Hopefully you like the video. Hopefully you click on the ads. I know they're annoying. It helps us out immensely. You have absolutely no idea. So what we're going to do is we are going to see who the winner of the free, well, let's see how many Sunday's video got 144 likes. So someone is going to win a free month of FTA Plus, and it could be you, and you can win multiple times back to back to back. So let's take a look and see who the winner will be. So let's check out the winner of the free month of FTA Plus, brought to you by Fantasy Team Advisors. So again, what we do is the video gets 50, 100, 150, 200 likes. You leave a comment. That video is thrown into this comment picker, and we pick the winner. So if you see you are the winner, like the video and then email us dfshelp1@gmail.com, and we will get you set up for your free pass. So good luck to everyone, and you can win every day. So come back every single day. So the winner is low_G3. Let's bring home the bacon. Hopefully you did. Hopefully we can get you set up. So if you see this, email me with a username and email you would like to use on the site, and we will get you set up for your free month of content. So that being said, we do have games to look at. We're going to look at these games. We're going to take a look. And if you've never been here before, we do simulations every day. So every day we do 20,000 simulations. In this video, towards the end, I will give you the top 20 bats through 10,000 simulations. So again, that's when I tell everyone, come back to the website, come back to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com multiple times a day, because things will update and we will show you. But about 2 hours before first pitch is when everything's updated. So in the description of this video will be today's article that goes with the plays we like and some plays at each position. Also in the description of this video will be the link to Discord, where we give core plays out every day. We give value plays. We answer questions. We go back and forth with sports betting and DFS. So if you've been interested or you've been wondering, FTA Plus is only $30 a month. You can check that out. It includes Discord. It includes DFS. It also includes sports betting as well. So let's take a look. This first game is not on the slate. It is the makeup game from Sunday, so we're going to skip this game altogether. It should be Garrett Crochet because that's who was supposed to pitch Sunday, but I guess we'll kind of wait and see if that's who it is. But we're going to skip that one. Then we're going to go with the Marlins, who are, I believe, 1-9 now, versus the surprising Yankees, who are 8-2. So, kind of the opposite. But both of these pitchers have been hit. We look at the Jesus Lizard versus Nestor Cortez. Luzardo, 37 plate appearances, 324 batting average against him, 21.6 K percentage against the Yankees. The Yankees historically, this lineup hits lefties well. We'll see if Boone continues the same lineup that he did 2 times in a row. Stanton, I think, there's no way you sit Stanton. He's starting to heat up, I guess. Bats-wise, Judge against the lefty, Glaber. I don't know if anyone saw the Yankees game. Angel Hernandez, I have no idea how he's still being an ump. The pitcher missed, if you saw it, the pitcher missed the mound, stepped back on, and then just continued his windup and pitched the ball. So Glaber kind of backed out thinking it wasn't a pitch. But because it wasn't. Then the ball was very high, called it strike 3 because Angel Hernandez is an absolute trash dumpster of a person and an umpire. I don't know how he is outside of it, but he's very bad at his job. And then the other umpires convened and didn't think it happened. It was very weird. But anyway, neither here nor there. I would be looking, honestly, don't like the pitching in this one. I'd rather look at the bats. And on DraftKings, you're playing an early slate of just these 3 games. As of now, no weather concerns. Obviously, that can change. Luzardo, 9,100. He's very expensive. I really don't like this early slate. Had a good game against Pittsburgh. Then against the Angels, went 5.1 innings, 3 earned runs, had 5 Ks. He did okay. Now he has to go into Yankee Stadium, which in tournaments, okay, I'll throw him in there because people will be off of him. But he is expensive. The other thing is John Birdie came in. He was with Luzardo for some years. I don't know inside baseball enough to if that's going to affect anything. Like maybe he has a scouting report. Maybe he knows Luzardo enough since they were teammates for so long. He could be like, he likes to throw this, this, and this during this. That's something you might not think about when you're building your lineups. But, I mean, this early slate's kind of ugly. If we look at the home run chances, the ballpark ratings and stuff like that, Great American Ballpark has the best chance of home runs in this over all the teams, with the wind blowing out. Coors, that we do have a Coors game, so the Ashby kind of scares me a little bit. The Graham Ashcraft does too. So there's not a ton that I love about this early slate. Bats wise, I would definitely be looking at the Yankees. Cortez has actually looked pretty bad to start the season. When he gives up runs, it's in the first inning. And then he hasn't been really getting strikeouts much. So probably don't like a ton of these. If you're not going with Luzardo and you want to go with bats, Juan Soto's 3 for 10. Trent Grisham's 2 for 6. Aaron Judge is 1 for 1 with a home run. Anthony Volpe's 1 for 2 with a home run. Volpe just looks amazing at the plate. If I'm stacking the Yankees bats, I'm looking at Glaber at the top. I'm looking at Judge. I'm looking at Stanton if he's in there. He's heating up. We'll see. Volpe's got to be in that lineup. He just looks like an absolutely different person right now. And then it just depends on if Oswaldo Cabrera is in there. If John Birdie is in there, John Birdie would be a very cheap option in this one. And if you aren't going with Nestor and you want to go with some Marlins bats, they do hit lefties well. Tim Anderson's 5 for 11 against Nestor, 455. So that's where you see the high thing, the high BA. You see Luis Arraez 2 for 4. That's a 500 batting average. Then other than that, no one's really had success against him. So in like early slates, Cortez being 6,700, if he could get out of that first inning and he keeps it up and the Yankees score for him, could be a cheap option here. Again, 3 games I don't really like a ton, but there are other pitching options that we could use. So Luzardo, he is expensive. Tournament-wise, I'm okay with. I think both pitchers are tournament. I'd rather stack some bats in this game, though. And again, we're going over the first part of the analysis here in these videos. If you want to see everything else, if you go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, we have player projections, we have full simulations, Vegas odds, batter splits, BVP matchups, stolen base targets, our cheat sheet, prop bets, are chalk. So the chalk is if you're playing cash, you want to go with the chalk. If you're playing tournaments, you want to fade the chalk and go with a little bit lower. So we give 10 players at each position for chalk and then 20 for outfielders. Check that out. That definitely helps people. Ballpark ratings, umpire factors, optimal stacks, the numbers and stuff like that, all on the website. Next game, Tigers at the Pirates, Reese Olson versus Mitch Keller. Really haven't seen each other a ton. We've seen Mitch Keller has had success in the past in 34 plate appearances against the Tigers, which is basically a start and a half. So if we look at their numbers, we got Mitch Keller pitching at home. Now, what I would love is splits-wise, he has not pitched at home yet. When we get like halfway into the season, splits kind of take effect because pitchers are certain ways on the road or certain ways at home, which we will get to later on down the road. Mitch Keller really hasn't done a ton. Against Miami, 4.8 fantasy points, gave up 4 earned runs. Against Washington, 8 fantasy points, 4 earned runs. So that is what we are looking at. Hasn't had success this season yet. Tigers, I kind of like the Tigers bats here. Again, early slate, pretty much any of these pitchers go with only 3 games. That's what I would look at. Reese Olson, on the other hand, we look at his number 7,800. Game log, he's only pitched once this year. It was in Citi Field, which is a pitcher's park. 5.2 innings, no earned runs, only 3 Ks, 15.2 fantasy points. Basically what you're looking for is, at 7,800, you're looking for 2 times value. Okay? So you're looking at 15.6 fantasy points to hit 2 times value. They have brought him down a little bit because Pirates have been doing pretty good. Tigers have also been doing pretty good this year too. So honestly, I think I'd rather take a Reese Olson here. But if you are looking at bats, I would definitely look at Tigers bats, Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter, Torkelson. You could look at you could look at a couple other ones. It just depends on the lineup that comes out. So that's why I'm trying to give my analysis now, but a lot of it comes down to lineups and stuff like that. Because yesterday I was busy doing birthday stuff and everything, and we had lineups out there. We had core plays. We had everything. And, of course, Sundays are the day where a lot of catchers will rest. But then the lineups came out, and these players weren't in. And they weren't hurt. It was just a day off. So it's hard to give you all of the bats because you never know who's going to be batting. But, honestly, I would look at them. Tigers, I kind of feel like the Tigers might take this one. That's kind of what I would look at here. I would focus on the Tigers bats. I would look at Reese Olson as well. And then Brewers at the Reds, I really don't want anything to do with either of these pitchers because of the ballpark factors and stuff like that. You can kind of see the Reds, I would be looking at Ellie De La Cruz, Spencer Steer. You could look at Jake Fraley. It just depends on who's out in that lineup. And then Brewers bats against Graham Ashcraft. 61 plate appearances, a 327. Not the best. Yeah, Yelich, I would look at him. 3 for 15. I would look at Willie Adames, 3 for 14 with a double and 2 home runs. So every hit that Adames has had has been an extra base hit against him. And in this ballpark with the wind blowing out to left. As of now, we do have a weather tab, but as of now, it's blowing out to left. It could change, but it has the best boost for home runs at 20% in this matchup here. Andrew Monasterios, 3 for 7 with a double. William Contreras, love me William Contreras, 5 for 8 with a double and a home run as well. Blake Perkins, 2 for 2. Gary Sanchez, 1 for 2. Sal Frelick, 1 for 3. That one hit was a home run. So in this matchup, I don't want the pitching. I want all of the bats. So we gave the bats there, depending on who's out there. If you look at the bats for like Cincinnati, we've already talked about it, but Ellie De La Cruz, Spencer Steer. You could look at Jonathan India against the lefty. You could look at Candelario, Encarnacio Strand, Will Benson, Nick Martini. I think Cincinnati this early could be, I think you could make multiple different Cincinnati stacks and go with a Reese Olson and Nestor. Because if you went like with Reese Olson, let's just go pitching wise. You went Reese Olson, Nestor, then you go with this game bats wise. You could go with Contreras. You could go with Strand. Depending on who's in there, you could go India. You could go Candelario, which is another Cincy bat. Then obviously you could look at Willie Adames, who's had good numbers. You could look at Will Benson. So you've got 1, 2, like that. And then 2 outfielders. If you're just looking for outfielders, you could go Judge at 6. And then you could go Riley Green. You could go Mark Canha. You could go Brian De La Cruz. But that would be a lefty on righty matchup, or a lefty on lefty matchup. Jackson Churio. I mean, there's other ways to go about it. So this is just one way to do it. Just kind of building with a stack with an early 3-game slate that we have there. So we are going to move into the main slate. Mariners versus Blue Jays. Luis Castillo versus Jose Barrios. Both have great numbers against the opposing team. The Mariners, both of these teams have not hit their stride. It is early. I completely understand that. So we look at this. You've got Luis Castillo, the 3rd highest priced pitcher on the slate. Hasn't really done a ton. I mean, he's given up 16 hits in 2 games, 8 earned runs. Honestly, at that price, I don't know. We don't know what Toronto team's going to show up. Toronto, they are overall, their BMI is morbidly obese. I mean, Vogelbach, Vlad, just wild. Wild that their airplane can even take off. But now they go back home to Canada. Luis Castillo comes in. Depends on which one we're going to get. So then we look at Barrios, who's down here at 7,100. Game log-wise, he's actually been pretty good. Tampa Bay is a good team. Held him to 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. Houston's supposed to be a good team. Kind of slow this year. 1 earned run. They ended up winning that game 2-1, 10.1 fantasy points. He feels like a steal here. Overall, in his career, 59 plate appearances, 182. I kind of like the value that Barrios gives you, and I'm staying kind of away from Castillo just at his price. Now, the bats, it just depends on the bats. No bats at the moment stick out to me. But again, once we do as I make these videos, the 10,000 simulations are running in the background, and that's where I'll give you the top 20 bats. So we'll see if there are any Blue Jays bats or Mariners bats that jump out early. So that takes into effect the weather, the stadium, the Vegas numbers, the historical matchups. It all goes into effect when you do that. So as of now, no bats jump out, but I would take Barrios here. Mets at the Braves, Tehran versus Morton. Tehran got let go from his old team. Now he's here. Now he's facing his old team. 138 plate appearances, 271 batting average against him. Charlie Morton, 221 plate appearances, 222 batting average. I would rather take Charlie Morton, and I would rather take the Braves bats. Now, ones that jump out just to see who've had success in the past against him. Ozuna's 19 for 54 with 3 doubles and 4 home runs. He's batting .352 with 7 extra base hits of his 19. Travis d'Arnaud, 3 for 30, but has a home run there. You got Acuna, 4 for 6 with a home run. I don't want anything to do with Tehran. We can look at his numbers. He's probably towards the... he's 6,200. Game log-wise, has not pitched this year. So, that's wild because he got released. He's only available for 75 pitches. Was signed... Yeah, it's really wild. He was released, then he was signed. Now he's starting already for the Mets, which means the Mets are in trouble. I would stack the Braves. It really doesn't matter who you go with. Ozuna, d'Arnaud. You could go Acuna, Matt Olson. I don't care. I'm taking them at home, and I don't mind Charlie Morton because the Mets are still the Mets. They don't scare me much. Dodgers at the Twins, you got James Paxton versus Bailey Ober. Paxton, 89 plate appearances, .313 batting average, 22.5 K percentage. Then you got Bailey Ober, 35 plate appearances, .229. I was surprised the Dodgers did not sweep in Chicago. They didn't even win the series, which is wild. They won 1 game. But yeah, Paxton scares me a little bit. I still have flashbacks when he was with the Yankees and just bad. But for whatever reason, he's up here at 8,700. Coming off a really good start against San Francisco. 5 innings in that game. No earned runs. 5 Ks. But he did have 5 walks. So could have had more fantasy points, but did have 5 walks there. And he has not had success against the Twins, albeit it's 89 plate appearances. But Correa's 11 for 27 with 4 doubles. Great numbers. Christian Vasquez, 3 for 15 with a home run. Max Kepler, 2 for 10 with a home run. I mean, Buxton's 3 for 10. So that bumps it up. Carlos Santana is 5 for 6. Tournaments, I'm okay with Paxton. I'm also okay with stacking against him. I think people will be off of him, but I just, honestly, you got Blake Snell there. You got Charlie Morton. You got Castillo. There's just other options there. I don't know if I trust Paxton enough. Ober, on the other hand, would be a fantastic tournament option for you. You come down, he's 7,800, but he did get lit up his last start, and people are going to see that. Kansas City should have been a good matchup for him. 1.1 innings. That's all he lasted. 9 runs, 8 of them earned, 3 home runs in a pitcher's park. He got lit up. Now he goes home. It's probably going to be a little bit cold in this one. People are going to be off of him because it is the Dodgers as well, which I'm completely okay with. I'm probably avoiding Ober. I'm probably looking at the Dodgers. Ohtani, Freeman, it doesn't matter. Muncy, Betts, it doesn't matter. They didn't show up in the series against Chicago, but I think they show up in this series. Bailey Ober, maybe his confidence is out. Has okay success against the Dodgers, but haven't seen him a ton. I would rather take Paxton for tournaments and the Dodgers bats in this one. Then we got the Phillies at the Cardinals. Spencer Turnbull versus Miles Mikolas. Really haven't seen much Turnbull, so I don't mind that. St. Louis is not a good team overall. Turnbull could be a sneaky option. If you come down here, he is 6,900. Game log wise, coming off a fantastic start against Cincy. Only 5 innings, but had 7 strikeouts, no earned runs, only 1 run, no walks. 27.5 fantasy points at 6,500. Now he's gone up in price only a little bit, and he faces a worse team than Cincinnati. Give me Spencer Turnbull. Give me the Phillies bats as well. Mikolas, 145 plate appearances, 273. We look at what Mikolas did his last start. Where's it at? Did I miss him? Oh, he's down here. He's 5,300. Game log. Coming off a really good start against San Diego, though. 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. This is his 3rd start of the season, which is kind of wild already. But, yeah, I mean, he's coming off a good start. But overall, his numbers, Schwarber's 6 for 28 with a double and a home run. Castellanos has 2 home runs. Harper has 2 home runs. Boma has a home run. I am stacking all of the Phillies. Depending on the lineup, it really doesn't matter who goes out there. I want all the smoke in that. I will have Trey Turner. I will have Schwarber. I will have Harper in my lineups. And I will have some Spencer Turnbull. We got the Astros versus the Rangers. You got Framber Valdez versus Andrew Heaney, battle of the lefties. I don't want anything to do with either of these pitchers. I would look at the bats in this one. I would look at Adolis Garcia because he's on roids. I'm going to take advantage of that. I would look at Jonah Heim, who has great numbers against Valdez. I would be looking at Corey Seager, lefty on lefty. I don't care about that. And then just depending, you got Evan Carter out there. It just depends on the lineup that comes out there. Marcus Semien against the lefty. Give me that love. Then on the flip side, the Astros bats against the lefty. Kyle Tucker and Jordan both hit lefties well. Jose Altuve hits lefties well. Let's see if any of them jump out. We do have a BVP page, which you can check that out on top of everything. But we look at this. Altuve's 13 for 39 with 4 doubles and 2 home runs. Jose Abreu, 5 for 20. 1 double, 4 home runs. Sees the ball very well out of him. Jordan doesn't have a home run against him, but hits lefties well. Tucker has 1 home run against him in 11 at-bats. That's okay. Mauricio Dubon, 5 for 13 with a home run. These guys are there. Bregman, 12 for 36, double, triple, and a home run. Stack the Astros. It's going to be expensive, but probably less expensive than the Dodgers. But I don't want anything to do with these pitching. Kind of the same thing. It's the Coors effect. It's very hard. We saw this. We saw what they... I mean, Freeland is terrible. He's terrible. I don't know. I mean, Colorado doesn't have anything else. But you look at Freeland. He's down here. He's already faced them before. He has, in 2 starts, he has minus 13.8 fantasy points per game. He gave up 10 earned runs against this Arizona team in Arizona. He gave up 7 earned runs against Chicago Cubs. Now he's got to go pitch at home in this ballpark. I am taking the Diamondbacks bats. I'm looking at Christian Walker against the lefty. Let's just look at the numbers. Gallen for tournaments I'm okay with, but again, it is Coors, but their bats are going to be expensive. Okay. Let me guess, it's not working now. Okay, I don't know why that did that. Ketel Marte, 17 for 45 with 5 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. Christian Walker, 10 for 33, 3 doubles, 2 home runs. You got Lourdes Gurriel Jr., 4 for 9, a double, and a home run. Corbin Carroll, 1 for 6, but that one hit was a home run. I am stacking 100% Arizona. My favorite stack. Going to be very expensive because it is in Coors. Zach Gallen for tournaments I'm okay with. Don't love. Stack Freeland until he has a no-hitter. Probably has a great game. He won't. It's at Coors. Don't overthink this one. Tampa Bay, the Angels, Zach Eflin versus Tyler Anderson. Eflin, 62 plate appearances, 254. Don't mind him. Angels have been up and down. I don't know which Angels team we're gonna get. You got Tyler Anderson, 21 plate appearances, 333. This is in this Angel Stadium, so it's not in Tampa Bay. It's not Tropicana. Zach Eflin, if we look at his numbers, he is right here at 9,000. Coming off so not a good game against Toronto, a fantastic game against Texas, 6.1 innings, 1 earned run, 5 Ks. So he's had at least 5 Ks in his first 2 starts. Does have an elevated 5.25 ERA, though, because of that first game against Toronto. So it is a little bit elevated. Does have 10 Ks in this one. Tyler Anderson, this is what's wild. Coming off a fantastic start against Miami, 26.2 fantasy points. I was not on him. Tampa Bay has kind of looked poverty-ish this year so far. Anderson at 7,600 tournament-wise, I don't mind. But again, there's no way I'm doing it in cash. He's had one good game. I think people are going to see that. I don't mind Tyler Anderson. And it just depends on the bats. We'll see if the algorithm likes it, if any of those bats jump out right now. Cubs at the Padres, Javier Assad versus Yu Darvish. Assad, 5 plate appearances, 667, so nothing. That doesn't mean anything. And then Darvish facing his old team again, 88 plate appearances, 183. We look at Yu Darvish here at 8,400. Game logs, he's already pitched 3. This will be his 4th start of the year. 230 ERA, 16 Ks. A game against St. Louis, 7 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. Couldn't do anything for him. 6 Ks in that one. 7 Ks against San Francisco. 3 Ks against the Dodgers. I am still taking him against Chicago. I know what Chicago did against the Dodgers, but Yu Darvish he's just pitching very well right now. And to be honest with you, the bats it just depends. Machado, Tatis, Ha-Seong Kim, Cronenworth, just depending on who's out there. Jackson Merrill, I don't mind them. Again, though, this is a pitcher's park, so we could be seeing a low-scoring game, especially if Darvish's stuff is actually on right now, and then Assad's stuff might be on a little bit too. If we look at Assad, his numbers are right here. Game log, had a fantastic game against Colorado in his one start. 6 innings, no earned runs, 5 Ks. Tournament-wise, I don't mind. I think in this game, Darvish is your cash lineup. Assad is one of your tournament pitchers, not in cash, but definitely in tournament. So that's where I'd go with that one. The bats, really, if Darvish is off, you could be looking at Horner. You could be looking at Morel. You could be looking at Bellinger. He's played in this ballpark a lot. But it just depends. I would definitely look at the pitching in this one, because it is a pitcher's park overall. Then the final game, Nationals at the Giants. You got Trevor Williams versus Blake Snell. I think everyone's going to be on Blake Snell. Maybe. We don't know. Trevor Williams, overall 58 plate appearances, 283 batting average. I don't mind them. If we look at what Trevor Williams did his last start, he's down here at 5,800. Not bad against Pittsburgh. We did use him last week. 5.1 innings, 200 runs, 5 Ks. But he's pitching, and San Francisco is a pitcher's park. So at 5,800, I'm okay with that. Don't love it, but I'm okay with that. The bats that have had success, Conforto's 5 for 13 with 2 doubles and a home run. Soler, 3 for 9 with a double and a home run. Chapman is 2 for 3 with a double and a triple. So I kind of maybe think we look at San Francisco bats a little bit. Lamont Wade Jr. is another one I would look at. And then Blake Snell, missed all of spring training, signed, has looked good in extended spring training, but I don't know if he's going to be on a pitch count, especially at 10,300, but he does have a fantastic matchup in this ballpark against the Nats. My problem is we got to wait throughout the day just to see if any news comes out that he is on like a 50 pitch count or something like that, especially at this price. So I will have a little bit of exposure to Snell. Won't be a ton because the uncertainty with how long he'll go into the game. And there you have it. Those are all of the games on this slate. We dig in just a little bit more than I think other people do. If you want to check out everything we have, we'll have the article out here. Will be linked in the description. And now we are going to go over the top 20 bats currently on this slate. And I don't think it's going to be a surprise. And you'll see what I'm talking about. As of right now, number 1, Ketel Marte against Freeland. Number 2 is Corbin Carroll. Number 3 is Corey Seager. Number 4 is Ronald Acuna Jr. Number 5 is Jock Peterson. 6 is Mookie Betts. 7 is Nolan Jones. 8 is Christian Walker. 9, Marcus Semien. 10, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. 11, Ryan McMahon. 12, Kyle Schwarber. 13, Adolis Garcia. 14, Gabriel Moreno. 15, Chris Bryant. Probably not for me. 16, Evan Carter. 17, Ellie De La Cruz. 18, Charlie Blackmon. 19, Parker Meadows. And number 20, Fernando Tatis Jr. So, I don't think that was a big surprise that we had a ton of the Colorado-Arizona game. As of now, things will change, update, and everything like that. If you look at the weather up here, like it looks good. We should be good. Weather should not play a factor. Again, we'll have to wait to see. But yeah, weather doesn't look like it's going to play a factor. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully we have a fantastic day out there in the ballparks. Hopefully we bring home the bacon. And hopefully you guys, I would love for you to check out our Discord and send in the winning screenshots. Again, and I'll put this in other videos, but if you use our avatar, our logo, you can find it on Google or I can send it to you, and you put it on Fanduel or DraftKings, and you take down a tournament of at least 1,000 players, we will give you a free month of DFS content as well. So go check it out. Go check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Like this video. Love our content. It helps out immensely. Good luck on this slate. And as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.